So, Stacie, if you'd please tell us all who might be watching this, what is happening behind you? What's going on today?
So behind me we have a fantastic group of volunteers who are putting together the exhibit that came from the Smithsonian Museum on Main Street. So yes, it is the Smithsonian from Washington, D.C. They have put together traveling exhibits that go across our nation. This one has been done in cooperation with the Missouri Humanities. There are 6 stops throughout Missouri, with Kearney being the very last stop of this particular exhibit, which is the Crossroads of rural America.
Okay. And so how did the idea for it to have a stop in Kearney come about?
Excellent. So our good friend Jerry Spencer at the Kearney Historic Museum, she received notification of this exhibit through Missouri Humanities. She approached me to see if that was something the chamber would be interested in partnering with. The original idea was that this exhibit would be set up at the Kearney Historic Museum. Unfortunately, once we read all of the parameters for this exhibit, it was bigger than what the museum could hold. So we needed more partners. So we reached out to the Kearney Library and the Kearney Enrichment Council to see if they would partner as well to help bring this exhibit to Kearney. We had to fill out quite a lengthy grant. We had to create other community opportunities and events around this event to try to get people to come to Kearney and to come see the exhibit.
Okay. So specifically, what's included in the exhibit? What can people be expected to see when they stop by?
Right, so again, this is a Smithsonian quality exhibit. It was created by the Smithsonian, and so they have made this specifically so that it can travel from place to place easily. You can see all of the big black crates. Everything is just so. Slot A goes into slot B, and so on and so forth. But eventually what it's going to be is several panels or groups of exhibit that you can walk around. It'll be two-sided. I think there's 4 or 5 different groupings, and there's interactive portions of the exhibit. There's obviously a lot of visual, a lot of reading, but it all tells the story of rural America.
Okay. And how specifically does this exhibit tie into Kearney, and what specific events are Kearney doing to supplement?
Okay, so this exhibit has been perfect for Kearney because the exhibit, the focus is rural America and how it has changed over the years. And as we all know, Kearney has certainly changed so much, starting out as a rural farming community and growing now into a suburb of Kansas City. In fact, we were this close to not qualifying for this grant because we have grown so much. So we may not be able to get grants like this in the future because of our extreme growth. But we've created a lot of community events around this. The exhibit kicks off, the grand opening is this weekend. You can come see it here at the Mid-Continent Library in Kearney. You can also see another exhibit at the Kearney Historic Museum about the 1920s, and so the two are connected to tell you the full history of how rural America changed, but also how Kearney has evolved and changed. This weekend on Saturday, May 11th, we're kicking everything off with a quilt walk. So you can come see quilts at 10 different locations around Kearney. Starting at the farmer's market at 7 a.m. You can come pick up your quilt walk bag and your first set of block patterns and your quilt trail map so you know where to go. And then you have a full day of exploring all the different locations that have quilts, including Jesse James Farm is having a guest speaker on 19th century quilts. Radiant Life Church is having a large exhibit of 20 or more quilts. So there's a lot for everybody. Whether you're a quilter or not, it's fun just to see all of the different patterns and styles in these historic quilts. Beyond that, there's something happening almost every weekend. We have the Kearney Holt Fallen Warriors Memorial on Memorial Day weekend. That'll be dedicated, should be a great event. Northland Therapeutic Riding Center is having their horse show. And there's just tons of other things happening, and you can find it all either in the Visit Kearney mobile app or at kearneychamber.org under events Crossroads.
Okay. And Stacie, what would you like to tell people about why they should come and check out this exhibit and all the community events going on in partnership?
So, Kearney is a really great place. I think you'll be surprised. It is not just the birthplace of Jesse James. We have all kinds of great shops and restaurants and things to do around here. But the exhibit itself, how often do you get the chance to travel to Washington, D.C. to go see the Smithsonian? Not very often. So this is your chance to get a little bitty taste of the Smithsonian right here in the greater Kansas City area. We're just, 20 minutes from downtown Kansas City. So come to Kearney, spend a weekend, enjoy the exhibit, the museum, Fun Farm, and all the other things that we have planned.